Real One Garage, previously Locked and Loaded JDM, and your host Jamal. Sorry guys, it's been a long time. Life has been trepidatious. I'll say that. Yeah, I got two kids now instead of just one, and
Wow, a lot happened since the last podcast.
oh yeah, a lot has happened since both Albo and I actually had to chat. Oh, and I don't have the dreads anymore. That's another thing.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's been a long time, but
yeah.
I
It's
thought
like you gave all your hair to me, man.
actually that seems to be the case. I used to be able to whip my hair like you, and I can't do it anymore. But
It will
there's
take
gonna
a
be a
few months.
yeah, but there's gonna be a bit of a change to the dynamic of the podcast since we changed the name to Real One Garage. Basically, what that is symbolic of is the fact that I had a friend who came up to me at a car meet, and he really opened up to me about the car stuff and what he does to his cars, and he actually liked how I portrayed myself as a car enthusiast in the car community, and he basically said that I was a real one. So that got me
Yeah,
thinking. You know, I want to talk to real people, genuine people that have a passion for cars and incorporated their life with the fact that they have to live lives other than cars too. So I want to see how people do that. And yeah,
I think
that's
the name's perfect.
thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So
Yeah,
yeah, we're
perfect name.
back and we have our co-host and special guest
Hello,
Albo,
it's me.
who has reinvented himself. He's looking more fresh. He looks like he lost weight. He's gained a ton of muscle. How are you doing today, man? How's things? How's life?
Uh, well, I don't know if you can hear the treadmill underneath me, but I'm enjoying this walk while we are having this talk. Yeah, a lot's been happening lately. I'm just staying positive. That's like my north star. Just keep going, stay positive. Everything else will fall into place.
That's great. Honestly, and it sounds like you're sticking with that mindset because I actually watched your recent YouTube video, which congratulations on kind of the comeback on YouTube. I've always respected that you've done it at your own pace, and
Hmm.
it was a very, I guess you could say, a tribute to your old style of videos that you used to do, long form videos, um, and but a creation of a story that was compelling and intriguing at the same time, and
Thank
that's what
you.
got me gripped. And then the biggest thing about it is that you're very honest. You're very honest
Mhm.
in terms of your life and how you incorporate in cars, as well as your enthusiasm towards just enjoying your day to day life while incorporating it. And
Do you mean how, like in that video, I tied in the jading experience part with kind of like this is what's going on with my life at the beginning, at the end
yeah,
of the
yeah,
video?
yeah.
Yeah,
To be
yeah.
honest with
Thanks.
you,
So, well, thank you
not a
for
lot
watching
of
the whole thing. It's a very long
oh
video.
oh yeah, I watched the whole thing, man. I always watch all your videos, man. It's
Thank you.
I've been watching it since it was the Drift Hunter days, man. It's always been intriguing, man. I've tried to you basically I'm living vicariously through you. So
Oh
and
wow,
and and
thank
the
you.
reason being,
And I always keep that in mind because like more and more people have made that kind of abundantly clear to me, especially people who take my jading experience.
mhm,
They say you are living my dream life. I'm living vicariously through you. So I try to remember that. Like I'm just very blessed to be able to experience things that people, dream of their whole adult lives, and then they finally come here to Japan and they get to experience it for like one day with me. But that's just like my life. Which when I think about that, it's like, how can you not stay positive, and how can you not look at anything that pops up in your life that's negative? That's just gonna it'll just be the catalyst for the next positive thing that happens in your life. It's like even if something crummy happens, when something good happens, it'll be tied to the thing that you didn't want to happen, like at the moment. But if that thing doesn't happen, like the good thing will not have happened. So there's always that connection that I observe, and I've kept observing that for the past 15 years since I came to Japan, and it's really clear to me now. Like if you just focus on negativity, you just
Hmm.
spiral downwards. But if you focus on positivity, it's like a cone, spirals outwards and up. So you kind of revisit the same kind of situation from different vantage points if you keep evolving like throughout your life.
Hmm.
And that's just my observation. That's why I stay positive, because I just feel really fortunate to be able to live this life. And I think by staying grateful for it, it makes me enjoy it more. So it's more self-serving than anything. It's just I just want to have a good time. How do you have a good time? By feeling good. How do you feel good? By being happy. How do you feel happy? By being grateful for things around you. And that's it.
No, that's a great way to look at life. And to be honest with you, it sounds like I've actually seen this in you before you even left for Japan, but you seem to incorporate the even more so, and I guess it's based on also where you live. That kind of sense of humility in terms of
Mhm.
an appreciation. Like those are staples in your life, and it actually comes through your videos, and that's why as I said, um, I do dub you ever so much as a really
A
genuine
real
real
one.
person, a real one.
A real one.
You're a real one.
Nice.
Yeah, I know you want the garage, and eventually you're gonna get that garage, but you're still like hands down number one, a real one, and I really appreciate that. Um,
Thank you, man.
oh, my pleasure, man. So question: how are the cars doing? Like you've seemed to have amounted a bit of a fleet there since we last.
Small collection of Hondas.
Yeah, last time we spoke, you were actually when we did the podcast, you were actually driving your S2000, and it wasn't the S2000 that you have today. It was a bit different.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, it was back in I believe because it was recently when I had just got my GTR, so it was between 2020. It was probably early 2022.
Hmm.
So almost 3 years ago. Yeah.
Well, it was the same as 2000. It was yellow, right?
Oh, it was the same S2000, but it wasn't
Yeah.
looking the same way it was now. It
Oh, okay, okay. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
No. I was
Aesthetically,
like,
it
wait.
was different.
Yeah, yeah. I think well, few few different pieces. No bumper on it, or
Yep.
no spoon bumper. So like the cars could really come together, like the S2000. Um, I of course don't have unlimited funds, so there's all kinds of things I still want to do to it. But it's like, okay, what is the next thing I should buy for my business? That makes sense.
Hmm.
Um, so last year I bought the Z because I thought I would be able to get in drifting a lot more, and I still
Yes.
have it, but it's just been tough to find the time
Hmm.
to figure out, like, not just like the schedule to go drifting, but how to tie it into like my business like as much as possible. And so we have that, and then I also have the FD2, which I originally bought to race. So I raced with that at Fuji Speedway last year.
Saw
Incredible
that.
experience.
I saw that. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was such an incredible experience. Like to actually go, uh, wheel to wheel with other cars that are trying to lap you, and like really battle it out. It's a crazy feeling. And that car turned out to be like one of my probably my favorite car actually.
Oh,
The
really?
FD2 is so much fun to drive.
Wow.
Very, very fun. And very, very confidence inspiring. And it feels like a safer version of the S2000. Because the S2000, when you drive it at the limit, it feels like one mistake and you're gonna, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually went on the track with an S2000 with a buddy, and I'm guessing what you're describing is like when you're really at the limit on a corner, it gets a bit squirrely.
Hmm.
The traction, it kind of loses a bit of traction, and you have to really be able to grip that wheel and to bring it straight.
yeah, like the back will start sliding out, and it'll come out sometimes when you don't have like the right line coming out of
Yep.
a out of turn. So you start counter steering. You got to catch it first of all, but then when you start catching it, you start going towards the outside of the track. So your brain is just thinking like, how do I save this car from crashing?
Yeah.
And then and then so I was thinking like, okay, actually, if this is uh like a regular track day where people are just kind of driving around at their own pace,
Hmm.
and if you pass them, it's fine. But if you don't, then they might like just let you pass, right? Then if the car gets squirrely, then you probably don't have people around you.
Hmm.
But in the race, people are just like always around you all the time, like way more than you would imagine, and like you're like battling it out in corners
Hmm.
to try to like, you know, to try to pass somebody. Um, and then I thought like, okay, man, this is just too sketchy. And I love this car, but I didn't want to feel super bad if I crashed it. So that's why I bought the FT2. And but the FT2 turned out to be super confidence inspiring to drive.
Hmm.
So and then it turned out to be the workhorse of my tours, of my
Yeah.
GM experience. So
Yeah.
yep.
That's another thing that has changed very much since the last time we talked. You now have a business where you're basically taking people on tours, showing Japanese
Yeah,
culture intertwined
yeah,
with car culture, right?
yep. Yeah, pretty much. I mean right now it's just like me doing it myself.
Hmm.
I'm trying to figure out like what is the next stage of it. I think probably it's gonna involve converting some of the cars to like rental cars so that they can be taken like without me and just like as a rental fleet.
Hmm.
Um, Also maybe hiring some people to do some of the experiences like without me. But honestly, it's just so fun for me to do it. Like it's like the funnest thing that I do, I think. But also it's a big time investment. So I think I also have to think of like other ways to grow the business
Well,
than yeah.
that's one of the things you had mentioned before, where it came to being a content creator, that
Yeah.
it's a big time investment, and you mentioned it a couple videos, quite a bit, that sometimes as a content creator now, because you have the content creator business, now you have your JDM experience business or tourism business.
Yeah.
Um, the dynamics of it are different, but the logistics are still the same in the fact that um, you are a one man business, and to invest all that time, sometimes you're looking to delegate certain responsibilities to make the business flow better or run better, or potentially make more income if need be, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like at a certain point, like I think some parts, at least some parts of my business cannot be run by me. Like if I get sick, for example, then you can't make any money. Um, and also with like the content creation, right? Like one of the most difficult things was, man, YouTube ad revenue sucks, basically. Like unless you're
Sure.
getting like hundreds of thousands of views every single video, um, and unless you are pushing to create content that's like extremely viral, I think it's super difficult to make a living from ad revenue, and it's a bad idea actually. So what I figured out is like there's just no way to make that work, like as a dad, and that's why I noticed like so many people, so many YouTubers, like they quit eventually when they have a family because there's just no time, and
Hmm.
then they're like, um, when they run the math, it's really difficult to devote like their time and energy um, into into just making videos, right? And then it would be kind of like demotivating. It was demotivating for me a lot when they wouldn't hit like a certain amount of views that I was hoping to get.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you feel the same way, right? You're like, oh man, it's just really tough. Like you spend hours and hours and hours, and sometimes you hope a video is going to do really well, and you deliberate about a thumbnail, this one or that, or how should I do the intro, and you put it out, and it's like, okay, it gets a few views. But you're like, oh man, but did it change my life? Oh, I don't know. So that became really apparent to me when I was taking in what in retrospect now was just paternity leave because when I when I left my job the first time. So here's the story. When I left my job a couple years ago, or a year and a half ago, or something like that, and I kind of told my YouTube audience I want to get their support as much as possible. Um, I left my team with no expectation that it would come back because basically the role on my team was like really important,
Yeah.
and I couldn't just like screw off for like a year and then just like drop back right back in. Be like, hey, don't worry, we just nobody did your job for a year, and then welcome back. Take here it is. So they filled the spot, and the expectation was. So the thing is, like, if you're a full time employee in Japan, it's actually really difficult to let you go. It's difficult to lose like employment completely.
Oh, really?
There's like a lot of legal protections. So that's one good thing about Japan. It's hard to just be like laid off. But if you are no longer part of like the team that you were on,
Hmm.
then you got to find a different team. And here in Japan, there's very few like corporate positions. I think that are mostly English speaking, and
Yeah.
I really didn't want to join a team that was like full Japanese. Nor did I think I could really do it. I'm not confident enough in having like a high level of business level Japanese.
Okay.
Like day to day, I'm fine, but
Yeah.
high level negotiations, uh, I don't have the vocabulary like that at that high level.
Hmm.
So I was like, oh man, okay, I need to make this work. And then actually, it became very obvious kind of quickly that it was just so difficult to do just YouTube and then also juggle like my merch brand. And this is a long, long convoluted story, but I was having my merch made in the States
Yeah.
and then having it like produced and sent out, but it was such a difficult challenge, difficult situation. Um, in the end, I eventually parted ways with that guy that and his company, and I went back to like uh, a model which I was using before, which is basically drop shipping, where if an order gets processed, the the hoodie or t-shirt or whatever will have the
Yeah.
design printed on it and sent out directly. So it's like very low touch, and it was very efficient for me. So I went back to
You have
that.
to make it work for you to in order to for it
Yeah,
to flow. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Because it's like, I was like, what is my business? Am I making t-shirts? Am I, working with suppliers? Like, it was a great learning experience because I was like, I do want to start like a very, very solid merch brand, but there's just so much going on.
Yeah.
And around that time, I started advertising my Jaden experience more because I had some people who were, not people, like some companies that were hiring me to do the same thing. And I was like, actually, you know what? These companies are paying me to do this. What if I just opened this up and promoted it to my audience? And a lot of people started like, reaching out and booking it. And I figured out this is something I love to do. super fun. It's super cool to be able to meet people from around the world, a lot of them who are like fans of my channel, my content, and then literally be able to bring them into my world and give them like the best experience, one of the best experiences, at least correlated of their entire life. And so I developed very quickly this conviction. I was like, this is super definitely something I should focus on. So I focused on it really hard. Um, but around that time, uh, my paternity leave, like the 1 year leave, was coming to an end. And actually, my job reached back out to me, and they're like, actually, if you want, you can take the role back because the guy, there's like an internal team shuffle. Like some people were leaving the team. So in the end, I could have the role back. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll take it and see if I can figure out, well, what is the next step after I take the role back. So I did, and then I realized I was able to just keep doing both. Actually, just
Oh
keep
yeah.
working my regular corporate job, and then just like my company, well, me, but my company was was what all my other stuff is under, like the YouTube stuff and like the JDM experiences and everything.
Yeah.
So it's not me making money; it's my company making money.
Yeah.
But I had like a regular corporate job, and but a few months ago, this role on this team was disappearing because it was basically the team was getting downsized. Um, there was like restructuring, outsourcing to like other countries, and also definitely affected by like AI. And
That's gonna affect a lot of people, especially in the tech world. No.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. And so off camera, I told you where I worked for, right? So it's a tech company, and that's like AI is like the main thing. So it's crazy how the tools that they're developing are what are you know
To put
making
people
people
out of
lose their
jobs.
jobs. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's so
It's
redundant.
yeah, it's ridiculous. It's so bizarre. Yeah, and so I mean, they told me in May, April or something, around April. Yeah, mid-April. And then my boss, who's also one of my close friends, he said that he would try to keep me on the team until July 31st. So I stayed on team until July 31st, and now I've left the team, and now I'm just trying to do my thing.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. It's a it is a story with obviously a little bit of despair. No, I won't discredit it actually quite a bit because it's scary, especially when you have a family now.
yeah,
Um, to kind of go into the unknown of entrepreneurship, which you've always been doing, but you've always had, and you've mentioned it in the past before, the stability of having a corporate job as a fallback.
right.
Um, I've I've actually had a conversation with a friend who also is an entrepreneur, a couple people as well, uh,
Yep,
other people, and I think one of the things that always is the biggest push to make things work is a bit of desperation. Unfortunately, it seems to be the
yeah,
driving factor to really get the gears moving in terms
yep.
of making things work um, down to the last degree. And um,
I agree.
I think with what you've gone through and what your mindset has been always in terms of being a content creator, figuring out different methods of different streams of income to
Yep,
supplement things. I think this, and I'm not trying to talk on your behalf, but it seems to be the push that kind of most people need to really figure things out. Would you say that you've kind of looked at it that way?
That's a perfect way to put it. I think it's like you have to look at it. You get a choice. I think you get a choice of how you take any situation. You can either get depressed and be like, "Oh man, woe is me! Like this sucks." There's always two sides to it. So you can definitely dwell in that pool of self pity and why is this happening to me? I was such a hard worker. It's like it's not fair. This sucks. It's like, oh, I got a family. And you just it's endless. You just have like this endless litany of different um things to blame, which are like, okay, this is not my fault. Why am I being subjected to this? And then it creates like this bitch mentality, and it's like you have to decide for yourself. It's like, do I want to be a bitch, like a little bitch, or do I want to make something of my life from where I am, from this point, from this position? And I'm just speaking not from somebody who's made it. I'm just like just trying. I'm just still in the middle of it. But I find like when you connect the different areas of your life that require effort to be expressed in the best possible way of it, like in your life, like business and fitness, health, right? Relationships. If you start putting these things together and be like, I will go all in, I'll lock in on these things. It's actually conversely easier if there's a catalyst, like something really difficult that happens that jolts you and pushes you out of your comfort zone because there is no comfort zone. So you're just thrown into the cold. So what are you going to do? Just die? It's actually harder if you're like sitting in a cushy job. So actually, like from the other perspective, like let's say I didn't get that ultimatum in May where they would tell me like, okay, by end of July, you will lose this position on his team. And if that didn't happen, if I was still on, I would be at work tomorrow. I would have to hop on train, take an hour and a half commute to the office, work from 9:30 to 6:30, get back on the train, get back at 8 p.m. And if I'm lucky, you know, have dinner with my wife and baby, play with baby for an hour, half an hour to an hour, maybe give them a bath, and then they'll go to sleep at like 9:30. And then from 9:30 to let's say like 1:30, I could, if I could muster up the energy, then just work on my own stuff. But it was still comfortable enough, stable enough that it's so hard to quit. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it's just really, really difficult. The stability of that paycheck, of like a nice, like good paycheck, especially when I consider comparing to like all the other regular expats that I know here in Tokyo, especially all
Hmm.
the people who I know are still teaching English. Like I had nothing to complain about. I'm like,
Yeah.
like from their perspective, I made it. I made it out of like the English teaching hell. Um, but it's just different concentric circles, right? From wherever you are next, you're always looking even higher. Like I'm sure once my business is stable, I'll be like, man, wouldn't it be nice to have like a super huge house with a bunch of Lambos and stuff? I don't know,
Hey, man, you
but
have to
it's
have
yeah,
big dreams to get to at least a semblance of what you're looking for, right? And
yeah,
I always thought about that, especially with this is actually I'm gonna say it like this. So as you know, I said earlier offline that I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and I actually listened
yeah,
to one of your buddies being interviewed, Dustin Williams,
yeah,
and I always thought I'm always thought there was a point there where, you know what, everyone as a human being gets a bit of FOMO because you're thinking like, man, I'd like that life. I'd like to live that life. But the one thing that you always have to ground yourself with is, you know what, I gotta. You don't know what that person's been through. You don't know what
Yep.
it took to get there. And as you
Hmm.
just said, you know, the people that you used to go work with when you were teaching English in Japan,
Hmm.
they think you make it right now. A lot of people, and I'm sure YouTubers alike and content creators alike would think that, hey man, he made it. And I'm not saying he hasn't made it to a certain degree, but it was very
Hmm.
eye opening listening to how he had to get to where he is now. No one ever
For
talks about,
for Dustin.
yeah, and well, he
Yep.
was very open, and I didn't even know. I didn't know he had to sleep on somebody's couch for like 4 or 5 months, coming from Mississippi to California, not without
Yeah.
very much money or anything like that, trying to make things work, editing for other YouTubers,
Yep.
doing other freelance work to bring everything together, everything that pretty much in your own life is transferred into the same thing. You having to, teach English at another place for a little while
Right.
when you first
Yep.
came to Tokyo, looking for
Yep.
jobs, trying to still do YouTubing, living in basically a Harry Potter's closet in
Oh
Japan.
yeah. Remember that.
Like no one knows what it takes to get there. There's a lot of sacrifice and a lot you have to put up with. And this is just one of the I'd say hurdles that you're jumping over in life. It doesn't happen immediately and you're over the whole hurdle. It takes time to get over that hurdle. And I think your attitude towards it is number one, a great thing.
Hmm.
Two, um, you're trying to transfer that attitude into other parts of your life to make things successful. And
Yep.
you mentioned health, fitness right now. You're a whole new person as it stands. You actually, I feel, have almost superseded the Alan that used to do backflips in the classroom right now.
No
Like
way.
I see it that way at least, and you may
Hmm.
not see it that way. And
I,
everyone's a
well,
more
I need to test it. I need to go to the field and see if I can still do a backflip,
well,
even a
don't
540.
do it,
Yeah.
but do it in a area where you potentially don't injure
Safe
yourself. You don't want
place.
to.
Yeah.
In a safe place. But no, straight up, like I think you've accomplished more because now not only are you doing this and looking after yourself, not only are you have you obtained a fleet of vehicles in regards to you know a great um, ability to have different dynamics of showing people around Japan. You also are doing that
Mhm.
with building a legacy for your son and
Yeah.
for your wife to also benefit off of it as well, and that's great, man. Like you weren't the Albo uh,
Mm.
of what is it now? 13 years ago that you've been in Japan?
Yeah. 15. Yeah.
15, 15
Yeah.
years ago. Well,
And
let's
here's the
even say
crazy
13.
thing.
Let's even say
Uh,
13 because it
Yep.
took you some time to acclimate, right?
Yep.
so so you're a different person, man, and a better one, a better person at that. You only can improve from there. And I think you're doing very well, man. I think you've handled it very well. No one knows how you handle things behind closed doors, and you're very open about it. And you don't have to be,
Mm.
but you are. And I'm sure anybody who's really watching this right now, or going to watch this later, will take this in their own life and realize that what, I have to transfer my the skills of having a better attitude, having discipline, realizing life is about sacrifice. It's not always gonna work out the way you want it, but it will work out in the way it's meant to be because you put that effort and that positivity towards it. So
Mm.
I think that's very commendable, man. Um,
Thank you.
Also, another big thing that we didn't mention:
Yep.
full head of hair. How's it feel?
Wow.
easy there, Willow Smith. I know you're whipping your hair back and forth, but not all of us can do that yet. No, it looks nice, man. It looks nice. How was
Ah,
that trip? How was that? I'll tell everyone to look at the video to get the more intel on it. But from just now looking back, how was that trip and how was that experience?
it was amazing. I love Turkey. I mean, Turkey feels like if you ever play like a old or even newish Final Fantasy or like Dragon Quest, it that's what it feels. It feels like one of those areas of the world map that you go to for like an adventure. It has such like this worldly kind of historic, ancient kind of feeling to it. You can just feel like this thousands of years of history everywhere, and the food is amazing. So it felt like a vacation. It was just full on vacation for me,
Hmm.
like a mini vacation. And then it was super cool because I was lucky enough to meet some people who showed me the car culture of Turkey. Um, and then it almost made me forget what I was there for. You know,
That's wicked.
like I was there to get a hair transplant, which was super smooth, very easy, didn't hurt. Like the most painful part was when they gave you like the IV in your arm
Oh,
and put like the needle into your arm.
yeah,
So
yeah,
if you can bear that,
yeah.
you're fine. Yeah.
Okay. So anybody who was watching this and looking to potentially get the hair transplant and have any aversions because of pain, you got it right there.
Yeah.
It's all you have to do is bear a small pinch for a second, and you're fine. The rest is
Yeah.
easy breezy.
I mean, it's like afterwards you have to go through like the healing process, which takes a long time. I mean, it's totally fine, but it's you just look semi ridiculous for a while.
You got
And
that phase of the bad hair growth part. You're talking about that.
yeah, like ugly duckling phase,
Yeah.
it basically like the transplanted hairs, they fall out. So you're like sitting there thinking, "Oh my god, did this fail? This sucks. This is terrible." And for some people, like it seems like it can fail. Like the the grafts don't like
Take.
stick.
Yeah.
Take, yeah. I was lucky that they did. I don't think I was like lucky, lucky. I think it's just some people are unlucky. That's a better way to put it. Um, and so I probably had quite an exceptional experience actually. Like if you want to use anybody as like an example, like here's the perfect outcome. Like that's me, right?
It looks really good, man. Honestly, like it reminds me of it literally. I think your hair is the length that you had it when we were in kung fu together. Like,
Probably. Yeah, I
yeah,
think so.
yeah. Um, you
And
basically
cheap
look.
too. That's a great thing too. Like it's so cheap. So cheap to do it in what's it called? Turkey compared to anywhere else. It's
Yeah,
like $3,000 or something. It's
three thousand
ridiculous.
dollars US, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay,
like one third of the price it would be anywhere else. So
that sounds good.
yeah.
And if again, I'll anybody need any reference, please watch a video. It's actually a really good video. It's really interesting, and he effortlessly, with the help of the friends he met, incorporates the car culture. So it's definitely car stuff in there. But they put you up in a hotel and everything too, right?
Oh yeah, it's included.
Yeah. See, that's amazing. That
It's
that
included
seems
in the
like a
price.
that seems like a spa more than like a surgery.
And that's a good way to put it. I was like, this is ridiculous. Everyone should do this. Like I by the end of it, I had this conviction. I was like, this is the best, one of the best things I've done in my adult life. Versus like, in addition to like moving to Tokyo or coming to Japan or buying my S2000, like you know,
Another milestone.
yeah,
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I honestly,
100%.
again, I can't commend you enough. It looks really good. Um,
I mean, it's
And
so funny. Like when I look at the camera, like man, it looks so bad. Look at this. You know,
I don't think
it's
so.
looks like a mushroom.
Nah, 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 nah. What you're gonna eventually you're gonna be like doing like the some like kind of Kenshin look or some Junage like kind of thing.
Oh yeah, that's the dream. Just having it like tied up. But the crazy part is like hairline is so good now. So
No, it really is. And I remember like to be honest with you, I remember you were saying that aesthetically things always kind of hit you when you lost your hair, and that's why you were wearing the hats. And yeah, you pulled off the hats really good too, man. I wanted the even like the fedora that you had, like
yeah,
you pulled it off really well. But I know that it
thanks.
was always something that was bothering you. But
Well,
honestly,
it's something, it's like, at the beginning of the day, like when you shave your head, you're like, all right, I feel like a badass. But by like 5 or 6 p.m., it's like starting to grow out like the sides and stuff. And you're just
yeah,
like, oh man, I just feel middle aged now. So,
the George Costanza look,
yes, no, exactly. It's like you got the George Costanza shadow coming in.
or the
And
what
like
I
that's
guess
fine.
The Japanese reference would be the typical Sarari man look, the old Sarari man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, like it wasn't even like I personally minded, but I could just feel the difference I was in how I was treated, especially now, kind of like in retrospect. It's weird. People were like, "Whoa, you look so young with hair," and so I was like, "Man, what else could I do? I know I'll get ripped."
And that's the next thing I was gonna ask. How is that journey, man? Because it seems like you're really pushing through, and you're looking good. I've been seeing the progress pics on your Instagram story,
Is it
and
I was like, "Man, this is too much." People are gonna be like, "They're tired of like seeing my love handles." Like, okay, please bear with me for another month and a half. I'll do this beer. Now they're like, "Man, this guy's so vain. Keeps posting pictures of himself." I'm just like,
nah,
"No, I'm
man,
doing it for the people. It's gonna.
it's
At least I'm
inspire
telling
it's
myself."
inspiration,
Yeah.
man. Some people need to see other people's struggles and their accomplishments to give them
Yes,
a kickstart in their engine to start
I
going.
agree. And I remember when I started, I was like, man, this is so fucking embarrassing. Like, look at my gut, like my man boobs. Like, oh, it's like I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to pull this off. If it's gonna look good. If I'm just like, I just wanted to like delete it as soon as I posted those, original pictures and stuff. I even have a video, but man, I'm really glad that I have been documenting the you know the progression over the past 70 days. I think today might be day 70 even actually.
Yeah.
So
And you're still
basically
burning
I
calories right now. Look at you burning calories right now.
dude, yeah, look, we're just having a chat. Well, how many have I burned? Almost 200.
That's awesome.
So
And
we're at like 1,000 calorie burn. Like it's today, right? And it just becomes part of your life to the
yeah, you've
point where like,
incorporated a healthy lifestyle.
yeah, I
Would
think
you
that's the
say
biggest thing. Just like mindset
would you would
changes.
you say that like Japan's um particular like diet and the food choices there help with that kind of stuff?
Uh Slightly, but to be honest, I just basically still eat like a Western diet, like whatever I want.
Okay.
But a lot of things are, of course, like Japanese. Um, but basically, like food options that are available for anyone living in Canada or the States. Um, like, have you heard of Huel? I drink that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Huel is great.
So
Um,
nutrition supplements are is a staple of your diet.
a meal replacement.
Yeah.
So, so basically, what I one of the things I do is I mix a meal replacement, which has 20 grams of protein for 200 calories, with a couple scoops of protein shake. and so that becomes like 450 calories, 65 grams of protein. And then because it's so protein dense, I'm full for most of the afternoon.
Okay.
So that makes it really easy to have like 800 to 1,000 calories left over for like a big dinner.
Yeah.
And if you don't burn a lot of those, like waste those calories on like carbs or fat, then you can have like a big steak or whatever you want really. Um, I also eat a lot of protein yogurt,
Okay.
like high protein yogurt. Um, what else?
So you're looking off after a lot of your gut health, um, as well as
Not
you're just
well,
you're giving yourself the fuel to burn through and still exercise as well.
yeah. Well, I think just like yogurt, high protein yogurt is like the easiest. It's one of the hacks. It's definitely a hack. It's a super hack. Like it's so efficient because the one I like to eat a lot is like how many is it? 15 grams of protein
Mm.
for 80 calories.
Oh wow, that's nothing.
Yeah, so, right. It's nothing. So for example, like for a dessert, I'll have like two of them with bananas and some berries,
Mm.
and I'm like, this is dessert, but this is a meal. This is a high protein meal. So if you figure things out like that, another one I really like is um McDonald's double cheeseburgers. So the macros on those are really good.
See,
I have that a
I'll
lot.
say this. I gotta interject here. I'll say this.
Mm.
Japanese McDonald's is a cheat in itself because it is not the same as the McDonald's here. And you know
Oh, you
what?
think so?
I know so because we went to McDonald's and grabbed some stuff when I was there, and I had
Yeah.
that teriyaki burger, and it was
Uh huh.
amazing. Now
Uh huh.
McDonald's here has now taken some international heist kind of promotion, and they took the teriyaki burger. That
Yep.
it is no comparison to the actual
Not the
Japanese
same.
teriyaki burger.
Hmm.
It was just they literally just said, okay, we're gonna make this Japanese. Let's dump a whole bunch of teriyaki sauce on top of burger, and they'll think it's the same thing. That is not what they did
Yeah.
in Japan. So I have to say that I feel with the McDonald's in Japan, you can incorporate that into an actual decent dietary lifestyle.
Mm.
I actually applaud that. So and but I can understand what you're saying. You're a numbers guy when it comes to with your fitness and your dieting.
Well, I just didn't want to fail.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily like I wanted to stack the deck. I'm
So
like,
is this the first time you've counted macros more or less?
I don't even focus on macros. I just focus on protein,
Protein.
calories,
Or
and protein.
macros
Yeah.
meaning your calories in versus calorie out is what I meant.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Yep, yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
See. Yeah. And that it does help. I personally I've never really done it. I'm more of a I do it, but I don't. I'm more of like if I burn a shit ton of calories by working out, I'm pretty sure I can stop, and I stop eating by a certain time. I'm pretty sure I won't hit the amount of calories I just burned. That's how I kind of I'm a keep it simple, stupid guy because I hate math.
No, no, no.
So
You're not keeping it simple. You're making it harder for yourself. Let me push back on you on
oh,
that.
yeah, go ahead.
If yeah, if you, I feel like I could write a book about this now. Like, if you do what I'm doing, it's so easy. It's so easy to stay on track. So I heavily use ChatGPT
Okay,
to keep track of everything.
that's a new thing. I've heard people doing that. Yeah.
It's a super new thing. It's so powerful. Like ChatGPT has basically organized my entire life. Um, it's I don't even know where to start with this, but let me just start with the fitness part. So I think first you need to have a understanding of what is your TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure.
Okay.
So basically you have something called your BMR, your basal metabolic rate.
Yep.
That's like if you don't move, if you just survive, if you just lie there and you don't move at all, like you're just lying in bed, you're awake,
Yeah.
you'll burn a certain amount of calories,
Yeah.
which for us is probably like 1800 to like 2000.
When you're sleeping, yeah.
Like just lying in bed all day. If you're a couch
Yeah.
potato, like if
Okay.
you just sit down, like let's say you woke up, you sat on your chair right there, you didn't
Yeah.
do anything all day,
Yeah. Okay.
um, and you just sat there, you probably burn about 1800 to 1900 calories. And then if you factor in how much you're just moving, like just walking to the fridge, walking around your house, like really, really basic stuff, it might get to 1200 or so. Sorry. Um, 2100 or so. Uh, oh man, I don't want to bore you, but
No,
I,
it's
I,
not boring.
I think I'm trying to figure out how to explain this like as interestingly as possible. Like easy thing to do is just eat under 2000 calories and over 150 grams of protein, and
Okay.
just make sure you do that. And the way you can make sure to do that is like everything you eat, take a picture of it and show ChatGPT.
Okay. So you can take a
Like
picture of
take a
it?
picture of it. Yes, take a picture of it and upload it, and
Okay.
then show ChatGPT, and it will calculate how many calories and how much protein is in everything you show it. It's not 100% accurate, but it's usually pretty accurate.
Okay. I guess yeah, I'll try that. I'm always down to try new things.
No. Don't just say you'll try it.
Do it?
Try it for 30 days. Do it.
Okay. All right, I'll
Do
do
it.
it. I'll do it.
Now, here's another thing, okay? Um, how much do you weigh now?
I, I don't know actually. I stopped weighing myself because I got way too high. I'll tell you what I was weighing, and I couldn't
All right.
believe it. Which is why I'm back to hardcore on the gym.
Yep.
I got to 261.
261.
Yeah,
Okay.
pounds, not
So,
kilograms, pounds. That would be ridiculous.
pounds.
Yeah.
All right. So, I, I'm pretty sure, like, just based on, like, my experience, you can lose at least a pound and a half a week.
Okay.
Um, maybe around 2 pounds, especially at the beginning. It'll come off like crazy.
Yeah.
And then later on, it's going to get a bit more difficult. So, if you know how much you're losing, you can project it. Like, you can be like, by this week, I'll be here. By this week, I'll be here. By this week, I'll be here. By this week, I'll be here.
Yeah.
Um, and then if you just stick to under 2000 calories, over 150 grams of protein, and get 500 calories of exercise a day.
A day. Yep.
Uh,
That's doable. That's way doable.
it's doable. It's doable. But 500 might be a lot. Like you can even be like, even 350 to 400 is fine.
Okay. I think I'm at.
And then
I think for right now I'm already at.
probably 500.
Was that 700?
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's doable. That's doable.
Come on, man. Okay, if you wanna make it so you do not fail, you need to you need to for example, what I did with Yushi is I put money on it. We both have money on it.
Oh
If one
yeah.
of us quits, yes, this is the biggest thing. I haven't talked about this yet. Um, we have to like it's like $3,000.
Oh, hey, make it
Yeah.
high so it makes it worth it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
And I'm glad to hear he's doing it because like I'd like to see him, li- have a healthier physique and healthier lifestyle. He's a great guy.
yeah. No, he's He's um he's only lost a lot of weight.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No wonder he's ghosted Instagram for a bit. He's
Yep.
focused.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, man. He's focused. We're locked in.
That's good. That's awesome, man. So I will be doing that from now on. To take it, especially that taking the picture stuff. I did not even know that that actually works. So
Hey,
I will
man.
be doing that for sure.
Today's day one. You already did your workout, right?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, it is. Today's day one.
yeah. Did my workout. I did my. I've been actually working out for the last like consecutively for the last 3 weeks. Drinking only water, chicken,
But have you
chicken.
tracked it?
No, I haven't tracked it. I haven't tracked.
Start from the day you track it.
Okay, so I'll start today. When I wake up at 6 to work out, I will
Mm-hmm.
hands down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just to tie this in back to the cars, how do you transfer that discipline in terms of when you're building a car, you're maintaining your cars, your all the fleet of your cars now? How does that even with your new FL5 because your FL5 is new. There's not much you really technically most people don't usually need to do it into a brand new car. But how do
Right.
you transfer those that kind of disciplinary mindset in terms of maintaining your cars or when you're trying to modify them to make them better or more efficient?
I think you just treat it with reverence. It's one of the most important things. It's like you like you thank the car for bringing you and your family to and from places safely. You thank the car for being the canvas for you to express your creativity, and that gives you a high level of enjoyment. You derive this kind of innate satisfaction from being the person who expresses gratitude for the things you have, even if it's not exactly how you want it. So, like, let's say you really want a big turbo, or you want to supercharge your car, or you want all these cool parts, and your car is like not at that position yet. I think having the mindset of like enjoy the car for where it is in your personal journey, because you have to think of it like long term. Like, what is your journey with the car? Because if you're like, oh man, it doesn't have like nice paint yet, or it's still kind of janky, so I'm not gonna care about it. I think how you do anything is how you do everything. So
Wise words.
if you treat the car how you would treat the final form of it, it's the same way as how you treat yourself when you are your highest, most evolved self. And I think you just make a choice. You're just like, do I choose to be that person and live that the way that person lives?
Yeah.
Or do I choose to stay the current version of myself and keep in terms of the car, like just like treat the car like a piece of crap, like a shitbox. I think if you just come at it with that perspective, like I just this is the car I chose. I love this car. Um, I'm going through this journey with it and just express. I don't know who's you're expressing gratitude to. It's like to the car, like to the universe, or to yourself, or for being in a position to even have that car.
Hmm.
Um, then I think your actions will kind of naturally be ones that are in line with a person who loves their car. So you'll maintain it, you'll choose good parts for it, you will um, uh, um, what like give it regular washes and
Which a lot of people don't do as much these days with their cars.
yeah, which is
You know?
crazy because you guys have
Yeah.
garages, you guys have
Yeah.
driveways. A lot of people
Well,
in
yeah.
Japan, that's like the big dream.
That's the difference here. The car culture's changed a bit here. Um, and I'll kind of get to that. Uh, but you find, and this is a related topic, with the new concept of people saying, built not bought, or kind of thing, like, having garages build their cars as opposed to them doing it themselves.
Hmm.
I know you've dabbled both ways in terms of, and it's actually very normal in Japan, based on the fact that a lot of people have a lot of space to work on cars. But
Yep.
um, do you still, in the grand scheme of things, work on your car yourself like you used to back in the day? Or do you usually have garages do it, just based on, time, and putting time towards your tourism business? How's things kind of compiled there in
Uh,
that?
a lot of things like I still prefer to be involved with, like for example, like changing like the the brake pads, or changing the oil, like just kind of like simple things like that, right? But I won't like paint the bumper myself and install the bumper myself, or I won't like try to install like a supercharger in my driveway, like stuff
Mhm.
like that, right? But also like for example, for my FL5, the new car, um, this is actually interesting because I was thinking about this earlier today. I need to change the brake pads soon, so I'm like, should I do it myself or should I just get a shop to do it? Because I remember like whenever I do things, I slightly screw things up here and there a little bit. Like
The learning experience.
maybe, yeah, right? But like maybe like the jack point will get a bit fucked. Or like I might scuff the rotor, or I might, or like caliper, or forget to apply like brake shim, like the grease, right?
Yep.
And then like, oh man, I gotta take this apart, or I might like even like put the rotor the wrong way, and then just have to like go back and do it again, and just be really frustrated. And like in the middle of it, I'd be like, oh man, I should just pay somebody to do this. And that's an interesting point too, because like at a certain point, you know, a lot of times I have to make like a calculation of like how much time should I be spending on this. But I think as a car guy, it's important to still devote some time to getting your hands dirty as much as possible, to know your car, to learn,
Hmm.
you know, what are the weird, random, you know, like things about your particular car. And even if I bring the car to like a shop, like I bring it to Car Shop Glow a lot,
Yep.
um, I'll try to be like, let me help. I want to do stuff. Like, I know I'm paying you, but let me at least, loosen some bolts or like fit something or just like, put in the correct position. Let's torque it down. Like, I
You want
can't,
some learning experience?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I just
Well,
learn things as I go along. Most of the time, I'm like, man, I didn't even know there's like an oil there. Like, this is so stupid, but the as an example, the FD2 is in service because the
okay.
AC system needs to be replaced.
Okay.
And I didn't even know that there's such a thing as aircon oil. I don't know if that's the Freon, if that's what they call it in
Like a
Japan.
refrigerant?
Yeah, right. But
Yeah.
they're calling it like aircon oil. I was like, what's that? So there's all these things like I don't know until I get into that situation when something needs to be fixed. So
I wouldn't
I'm not
even
a
hold that
mechanic.
against you, though, because, to be honest with you, Japan, as you already know so regularly, has have different terms for different things that you would say here in North America as opposed to there, right?
It's true. Yeah,
So that, you know that's just learning through experience. But so I'm
yeah.
guessing you're getting your AC system recharged.
No, it needs to be rebuilt. It's
Oh,
destroyed.
the compressor and everything.
Yep.
Dang, must be, especially
Yeah.
in here. Is yours
Apparently
summer?
the aircon oil got everywhere. I'm like in the pipes. I'm like, what? Okay, whatever. So I'm not gonna
That
be like, let me do it. Let me fix it. It's like, no, I'm gonna pay you guys to fix it, and I'm gonna make money to
I,
pay
I
for that.
I honestly think you're doing the right thing. I've tried to figure out things with older cars in regards to air conditioning, and it can be a deep rabbit hole. Um,
Oh yeah, especially
especially if
like I use that car for my business, and that's the thing.
yeah,
It's a business expense, right?
yeah,
Like it's different when it's like my personal car. I mean, like in the past, like when I didn't have a business, like they were just like my cars, and now it's like, what am I not doing this for? So I can bring down my taxes by having it an expense, right? As a business expense. So
no,
so so then I'm like, if I don't do that, I'm paying for it twice, and I'm doing the work myself. So it's like,
you're making calculated decisions
yeah.
from more as a business owner as opposed to just a car enthusiast.
Well, car enthusiast who's a business owner is trying to juggle that and family life and everything. So
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
it's 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 not an easy not an easy path to follow.
when
Well,
I was
with that being
busy.
said, um, let's finish off with your your actual tours. What what do they look like? What can people expect when they go on your tours? I have shared and anybody can see on your Instagram page or your Facebook,
Yep.
um, your advertisements of that. But in your own words, what can people expect when it comes they come to Japan and
I
apply for your services?
so I think a lot of car enthusiasts when they come to Japan, they have this idea of like experiencing all the car stuff in Japan, but they don't know where to start. They don't know where all the good shops are. They don't know if it's possible to even go to those shops, if those shops are welcoming. They don't speak Japanese. You know, they might have like a big time constraint because they have family they're coming with, or they they might know a lot about like their particular car, but they they're not as well versed in like what's going on in Japan, right?
Yep.
But they also want to have a great time. They want to experience Japan as a car enthusiast, right? Like that's the idea. Like
Yep.
come to Japan as a car enthusiast and experience the car culture. So I'm basically the guy that you reach out to if you want to have the best possible experience with the amount of time that you have. And then, so basically, when people reach out to me, they're like, I'm really, I'm this kind of car enthusiast. I drive this car. Um, I would like to go to some car meets. I would like to go to some shops. I would like to do some cultural stuff. I'd like to have some great food. And I'll be like, great, we'll plan something. We'll make like the most epic day possible. We'll go to the car shops which are related to your car. We'll go to the car meets, like places like Daikoku. We'll go drive on a toge. We'll go to temples. We'll go to onsen. We'll see like amazing sights, have cultural experiences, have great food. Whatever you're interested in, whatever you want to do, we can make it happen. And yeah, that's basically it. It's this JDM experience. That's exactly what I call it. So I just help you have the ultimate JDM experience. And what it usually ends up being is like, it's like you hang out with me. It's like imagine you are Dustin Williams and you're coming to Japan. And you're like, hey, Al, there's this other YouTuber in Japan named Albo, and I wonder if I can reach out to him and he can help me plan like this crazy adventure. If we can have that adventure together and film some stuff. That's exactly what it is, except it's you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's that that sounds honestly just awesome and fun. And
Yeah.
um and then I guess you tailor their, as you said in the beginning, you tailor based on their car choices and what they want to drive or what they drive, and
Yeah.
um, you'll kind of tailor it based on which car you're going to use then as well, right?
Yeah. We have a conversation. Like we have a like sometimes usually we just chat over text, but sometimes we have like a video call or like a call and they'll explain like their whole story to me, and I'll be like, "Man, that's awesome. That really resonates. I think this is exactly the type of your thing that you would love to do." And sometimes
Mhm.
I'm like, you know what? I don't think it's a good fit, and I'm just like, um, maybe like what my what I'm offering is not right for you, and that's totally fine. I want to be connected with people who really want to experience um, like their version of their JDM dream, and I want to help them experience it. But if they just want to come to Japan and get like a ride in like a janky fake GTR to Daikoku before it closes in like 30 minutes, sure, I'm sure there's places you can find that'll do that for you. A lot of them are sketchy. Um, you don't know who you're hopping to the car with, so it's you're taking a risk. It's a big risk.
Oh yeah,
Um,
seen
and there's been crashes.
that GTR on the Wangan that crashed.
Yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep, exactly.
so you
So
definitely don't want to experience that. That's not the kind of experience you want in Japan.
yep.
Um, with that being said, and it's a good. That was actually a good uh, transition statement to one more thing that I did want to ask, which is, what is your advice to people nowadays? Now that we're out of COVID and tourism is up in Japan, to the point where, from what I've seen on certain social media reels, and that some Japanese content creators have actually gone out of their way to indicate, more of what not to do, and not, unfortunately, it's a saying that not to come to Japan if you're going to think you're going to do these things. What's your advice on that front, and what's your opinion on that front as well?
Um, I mean, ask ChatGPT. What are some Japanese etiquette and important cultural things that you should pay attention to? It'll scan the entire internet and synthesize in some very succinct points of like things that you should keep in mind. Uh, just don't be an asshole. You know, goes without saying.
Yeah.
Um, what else? That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
just do a little bit of research before you come here.
Yeah. You even told me, what was that guy's name? The guy that you referred to me to watch, Chris something. He's in Japan. I can't remember his name, but yeah, there's a guy named Chris. He's in Japan. He's been there for years. He's traveled all over Japan. Watch him. So do the Chat GPT thing that Albo had indicated, as well as oh, looks like we lost Albo here. Let's see if no worries. It looks like we lost Albo here, but that's all good. Um, but yeah, basically look up some Japanese etiquette things so that you can educate yourself. Uh, but nonetheless, uh, we were very lucky to have um, Alan Albo, sorry, to come on onto the podcast, and it's going to be like this more often, more real in regards to how we incorporate cars in our lifestyle. Tune in next time. I'm gonna be putting out another episode about some experiences that I had in Texas, as you can see up there, right there, on what I was able to experience when I was in Texas for GTR Festival 2024. I'm not too sure if I'm going to be going again this year. Maybe, maybe not. But if I do, it'll be great. Maybe I could do some chats with some of the guys again, some of the content creators, and get that on film as well again. But again, appreciate your time, guys. Uh, Albo, appreciate your time. I know you're listening to me right now still, even though phone died. And tune in next time for the next episode. Thanks. Peace.